bitch! No scope! What is going on, guys? This is Spade, and today's video where I'm actually going to have doing a setup of the CronusMax device using a PS3. Whenever you're looking online, you'll see a lot of setup videos regarding Xbox 360 and Xbox One and a few PS4 videos, but you never really see anything regarding PS3. And as I am a PS3 player, that's why I got this device to test personally and be able to give you guys my thoughts and opinions. I already released a video showing it working and stuff like that, and a few videos of me playing with it and doing fairly well using mouse and keyboard. But there's a few tricks on this device that I know a lot of you may not know of. But anyways, we're going to get right into it, and we're going to show you how to set it up and work it out. And right now you can actually see my desktop, and we're going to actually open GTuner, and this is your device right here, the software that you're going to download after receiving your CronusMax. And we'll actually get right to it. We'll go to CronusMax.com, show you where to download this, and you'll actually go to software and then GTuner, and that's where you download it from. And then you go to download page, boom, downloads it. And that's the software that you're going to be using to actually modify anything on your CronusMax device. We're going to go ahead and open this up, and it brings you to your scripts page. I personally don't use any of this because these are pretty much mods and stuff like that that you can run on games, like no recoil and stuff like that. And I personally don't really care about this stuff. I just care about being able to use mouse and keyboard on console and whatever controller, or say my favorite controller on whatever console I want to use. Now, I have a couple of things set up already, but we're gonna disregard this page right here, and we're gonna automatically go to plugins. Now, what you're gonna do whenever you get your device, you're not actually gonna connect because the CronusMax basically just looks like a USB flash drive. But what I find a lot of people do wrong, they actually plug it into their computer through the flash drive side, which you're not supposed to do. What you need to do, you're going to get a mini USB cable with a normal USB port on one side and a mini USB on the other. You plug the normal into your USB slot on your PC, and then you plug the mini slot side into the side of the CronusMax where it says PC program. And I'll have pictures of all of this in the video in case you miss it. And that's how you connect it to your computer. And that should actually automatically download the drivers and everything to make this work. So you should have all of this once the drivers are downloaded. For FPS games, all you're really going to need is Max Aim and Max Remap Err. Max Aim is if you want to use any input that is connected to your PC on a console. So like, say for instance, you have a 360 controller connected to your PC and you don't actually want to take it out and plug it into the Cronus. You can actually use it through that and use your PC as a pass-through. But there's other options. So pretty much what I'm going to show you is the Max Remap Err. And let me see if I can get this out of the way a little bit. That way you can see this. This is the Max Remap Err. And what I have it to, on my input, I have my inputs set as an Xbox 360 controller because I have an Xbox 360 SCUF controller, and my output I have it set to PS3 or PlayStation 3. You can actually have it set to any of these, but you really want to make sure your output is right, your output is correct. And one thing that a lot of people don't know or haven't really noticed is that you can actually change all the buttons on here. You can remap them to whatever you want on the 360 controller. You can see that I have my circle button, which would be the B button on Xbox 360, mapped to A. This is because my normal A paddle on the back of my SCUF is broke, so I want to be able to SCUF jump, so I moved it to the B button. I swapped the face buttons. And another thing that a lot of people don't understand about this is that while you have this open, whatever changes you make right here show effective immediately on the game without having to save the profile yet. And I have this loaded up. And I'm sorry this was semi-unprofessional at this point, but this was literally something I wanted to try to show you guys. But on the chest cam, we can see the controller right here. Okay, guys? And how I have mine mapped, B is my jump. And since I have tactical, A would be my crouch since I have it all set up. Now we're gonna make a change. We're just gonna swap these back over here. So I'm gonna change this back to B, and I'm gonna change this back to A. And without even saving the profile, it's back to normal over here. You know, so it actually doesn't, you don't have to save the profile to just test these settings. And a lot of people really didn't know that. So I wanted to share that with you guys on the first part of this video. And I know I'm covering a lot of time, just specifically talking about this. We're already 6 minutes in. And this video is probably going to run a little long, so I do apologize. But I wanted to cover everything in this video to show you guys. And then also, since the PlayStation 3 uses the bumpers to shoot, like so, I actually remapped them to here. So this is my aim, and this is my shoot. And I remapped them through the Max Remap Err program. And so we're going to go ahead and kill the chest cam and stuff for now. We're going to kill that. And then we'll minimize this back down. But once you have all this saved to how you like it and how you prefer it, you actually want to close this out. Or actually, let me get that straight here. I actually fucked up. But what you're going to do, you want to create your profile. You know, so you want to do new profile, and then set up your things, and then actually type all this in, and then you're actually going to title it. I titled mine Xbox 360 on PS3 because that way I know it's for the Xbox 360 controller on PS3. So you're actually going to name it whatever you want. There's already some pre-done, so like PS3 controller on Xbox 360 that remaps the bumpers to the triggers, PS4 on Xbox One. There's stuff already pre-done, but this is my actual personal modified one. But we're going to close that now, and we'll bring this back up. And once you have your profile saved on your remapper, you want to click Programmer down here at the bottom. So you'll have these tabs across the bottom of Online Library, Compiler, Programmer, and Latest News. We're not going to care about Latest News. But right here on the bottom left-hand quadrant, this is actually the profiles that are saved under the remapper setting. And as you can see, this is my Xbox 360 on PS3 remapper that I saved. And your CronusMax actually has 9 profile slots, which is this right here along the right hand side. Whenever you first get your CronusMax, it's actually going to be preloaded with mod packs, which are these right here. I actually deleted all of them, so pretty much what you would do, you would just check each box right here along the right hand side, and then you would just click the trash can to remove them. And then after that, you would literally just drag this over to your slot that you want. I have mine on slot 1 because that's pretty much all I'm using right now, so I only have slot 1 took up. And then once you drag and drop it into your slot, you're going to click Program Device Slots, and it's going to prompt you with a box in the middle of the window saying rebooting device, and then you hit finish once it's done, and then that is it. You can do this while it's connected to the console or not, but if you're connected to the console and the controller's plugged in, it's going to bump the controller to player 2, so you're going to have to unplug the CronusMax and plug it back into the console to get it to go back to player 1. So once you have that done, your CronusMax, whenever you first connect it, it's automatically going to default to profile 0, which there's not one. That's just a default setup. So what you're going to do, there's a little circular button underneath the LED face that you can press that is basically your profile swapper, and you press that and put it on profile 1 or whatever number you have your remapper assigned to, and that's actually going to put you into your profile to where you can just run about and do whatever you want, you know, have your crouches and everything saved, you know, so you'll have everything done to where you can use them. So that was on profile 0, and now this is on profile 1. I literally just press the button on the CronusMax. Now I have all my stuff mapped to how I like it, you know, and it's pretty cool. It is a very handy device, and so far I haven't had any problems. I've had no issues with delay, me questioning how accurate of a shot I am because of using a pass-through device or anything like that. So that's good. We have all that set up. Setting up a controller was really simple for me using this product, but the mouse and keyboard was a different story. So that's how the controller stuff is set up, and it's easy as pie. So just remember, if you need to redo it, feel free to rewatch it. I'm sorry this video is running long, but it should help you out at the end of it all. So right now we're going to move into the mouse and keyboard settings. So we're going to go into that. And for this to work, what you're actually going to use, you're going to go to plugins up here at the top, and then you're going to go to max aim. And it's going to pop up this little window right here. And, oh, I'm sorry guys. Now the really important thing about this is you want to have your output device. You're going to click this box. Click this blue box right here. And you want to make sure that your output device is set to PS3. And it's reading my Xbox 360 controller because I have it plugged in. But this is going to be blank if nothing else is connected to it. But you want to make sure this output device is set to PS3. You can have it set to automatic if you wish, but I have it set manually to PS3. And then when you click max aim, it's going to pop up with this, and you actually want to do, and I have mine preset, and I have a lot of stuff pre-done. But what you're going to do, you're wanting to do new FPS layout. And if you're playing an FPS game, so new FPS layout, and what that's going to do is going to pre-assign your WASD and your mouse movements to your analog sticks. The rest of this you can modify to your will and to how you want to use it. And now, when you're playing Call of Duty specifically, using your keyboard and mouse on PS3 or something, they combined a lot of functions from PC into one button. So say on PC, to reload you would hit R, to pick up a weapon you would literally press F. But on console, you would tap square to reload, you would hold to pick up a weapon. So that's going to be this exact same case on using mouse and keyboard. So I pretty much actually tagged my reload and scavenge weapon button for F. So I tap F to reload and I hold F to scavenge a weapon. And I have my weapon to switch weapon to my mouse wheel down. That way I can just scooch it back and it'll switch the weapon. And then I have my crouch set to C, and that's the same thing. So if I want to go to prone, I gotta hold C. If I want to crouch, I just tap C. And then naturally, space is my jump, and V is my knife, because that's what knife is on mouse and keyboard. Then on the triggers of this, I have my nade set to R and G. So my tactical would be R because it's within my finger reach without having to stretch it. And then my grenade is G. My lethals are set to G because that's normally what it is anyways on anything else. And then naturally, aim and fire are mouse click 1 and 2. But another downside about using mouse and keyboard on console, unless you do a script for this, which I'm not sure how, or if you even can use a script using mouse and keyboard yet, you could possibly, or by default you have to hold down your aim to shoot, or not to shoot, but you have to hold down your aim to stay in sights while playing on console, whereas on PC most people just use the click to aim and click to get out of aim. You know, so some of us are used to that, but I mean, it's easily adaptable. I have no problems doing it now. I didn't have any problems at the beginning of it because when I first switched to PC gaming, that's how I had it set up anyways. But that's it. This is literally it, guys. And I'm going to show you some stuff here, and I minimized it like a dumbass. But we're going to move this window back over here on this monitor. And we're going to bring this back up. And I'm sorry if I don't sound enthused, guys. I'm not feeling very well. But on this window right here, it's going to say Enter Capture Mode. And what Enter Capture Mode does, it actually allows all the inputs that you have, so like say your mouse and keyboard for instance, to pass through and go into the Cronus. So this is actually going to deactivate any mouse and keyboard movements on your PC and assign it specifically to the CronusMax device. And before I do that, let me turn back on my chest cam. You're not going to get to see a proper representation of it because how I am. I mean, I could probably scoot back and you can see a little bit of it, but it's not going to be 100% like awesome. But we're going to click Enter Capture Mode now. You can see it right here. And now that I have that, my mouse is moving. See? My mouse is moving the console, or moving everything in the console. And then my WASD is doing everything else. You know, and it works fairly well. And I'm trying to do this as straightforward as possible, you know, to give you guys accurate knowledge and information about all this. So this video may run long. I may cut it into 2 different videos to help you guys out. But I just wanted to let you guys know what's up. And even playing with this preview window right now, there's not really any lag for me. There's not really any preview lag. I wouldn't recommend playing like this naturally. This is just for the purpose of the video. But to get out of capture mode, you would just hit Control Escape and hold it, and then you're back in your PC. That way you can do your stuff. And we're going to scoot back up. We're going to get rid of chest cam. But that's literally the gist of it, guys. It's simple as that. Now, one of the things you're going to run into whenever you're setting up mouse and keyboard can be a little hectic to get just right. I'll show you how I have my mouse settings on here, but it's going to be a little complicated as I took a lot of time to do this, and it took me about 3 hours to get everything just right, to how I feel comfortable with it, and where I am comfortable engaging in gunfights. Now, keep in mind, for this to work this way, your sensitivity in-game has to be up to max. Like on Call of Duty, it has to be on insane sensitivity. On Black Ops 2, it's 14 all the way to the max for me. And that is a prerequisite at first. So that has to be done first, and then you mess with all this. But this is my mouse settings. This is what works for me. This is where my dead zones are in the game. And so that's pretty much that worked for me. If you want to copy these mouse settings, you're more than welcome to, but my mouse is a Corsair M95 Vengeance mouse, so if you're not using that mouse, these settings may not work for you entirely, but this worked for me, and it gets the job done. I'm fairly comfortable with it. But that's it, guys. That's my walkthrough and setup of the CronusMax device and how I have everything set up. Hopefully you appreciated the little tricks that I was able to show you regarding the Max Remap Err, how you can actually play with it before you actually save it, and then get comfortable and make sure that that's what you want before you actually put it on the CronusMax device under a profile slot. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and I will try my best to answer them. And once again, there will be pictures throughout on how to set everything up in case you were wondering or have any other questions. But like I said, any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll get to it as quick as I can. But I'm not official tech support for CronusMax, so I might not be able to answer everything. But thanks for watching. If this helped you out even a little bit, leave a like on the video, and I will be doing a Xbox One setup video for this in November once I get my Advanced Warfare Xbox One. Thanks for watching. I'm out.